You ever notice how a school bell can make you feel so much, even now? It's like this magical moment that signifies both an ending and a fresh start. When that bell chimes, it's not just a signal to pack up and head home. It's a reminder of all those memories we've made throughout the day, the laughter shared with friends, the challenges faced, and the lessons learned. Some stories stay with you and you don't even notice it happening. It's the little things, like how we spend most of times outdoor. Those were the days. We'd spend hours outside, running around, climbing trees, and just soaking up the sunshine. But there was one little hiccup. Getting scraped knees and bruises was pretty much a given. I can still picture myself sitting on the curb, trying to clean up those battle wounds with a mix of determination and a bit of my Lola's magic ointment. Looking back, it was such a carefree time, right? I sometimes wonder why I didn't spend more time hitting the books or practicing my math skills instead of chasing after my friends. As a kid, I never thought about how quickly those days would fly by or that I'd eventually trade in my sneakers for adult responsibilities. Life has a funny way of throwing surprises at you, doesn't it? But those memories of laughter and fun will always hold a special place in our hearts. Who would forget our tambam, the tiny food court, or mini divisoria outside the school that sold everything? Mangoes on a stick, scramble, snacks we probably shouldn't have trusted but loved anyway. Or that small eatery, the unofficial hangout spot where every conversation felt important, where the whole world somehow fit around the plastic table, and the grumpy typing teacher who looked suspiciously like an Ewok and always seemed mad at life. But still we learned. It all comes back like it never really left. I guess we all carry those little things with us, the places, the people, the versions of ourselves we left behind, the what-ifs, the friendships that drifted, the versions of us that feel like strangers now, but they don't really disappear. They show up when you hear an old song, or pass by a familiar street, or find yourself remembering something you thought you'd forgotten. Sitting with those memories for a bit, totally okay. It's not about getting stuck in the past, but realizing how far we've come. Some stories stick with us, like that nerve-wracking chain letter that gave us anxiety before we even knew what anxiety was. Remember when we said key to kits and just showed up at some random spot, even without a phone to check in? It was a commitment, right? Or those quiet moments during the flag ceremony when we'd sneak a glance at our crush, pretending we weren't looking. Small things, but they stick. Little stories that never really left. That's what this is, the Nostalgia series. A space for the stories we carried even when we didn't realize we still were. Now, here's the deal. As we grow older, we outgrow places. We lose touch with people, we move on, but some stories stay. Tucked away in old notebooks, inside jokes, or quiet memories we didn't realize we were still carrying. And maybe they're worth remembering, not to relive them, but to remind ourselves where we've been and who we've become. Funny, isn't it? We leave things behind, but they don't really leave us. They're part of us now. Now, I'm not suggesting that we should go back to those days of mixtapes and mixed CDs. Times change, and so do we. But there's something to be said about cherishing the memories that made us who we are. Our childhood, our teenage years, they're not just chapters in a book. They're building blocks of our lives. They shape us, mold us into the adults we become. And while we may laugh at our younger selves for worrying over mixed city playlists or the perfect outfit for a school dance, we should also take a moment to appreciate those memories. They're a reminder of where we started, of how far we've come, and of the beauty of simply living life to the fullest. Our generation, we were lucky. We grew up in a time when life was simpler, when our biggest worries were what to wear to a party or how to ask our crush out. We saw the rise of technology, the internet, social media, but we also had the chance to experience life without them. And that's a gift. So here's to the memories, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Here's to the awkward first dates, the epic sicko battles, and the civic duties we somehow survived. Here's to the friends who became family and the teachers who inspired us. And here's to the nostalgia that keeps our stories alive.